Hi, beautiful souls. It's me, Deloche, from Girl and Her Moon. And right now, I will be channeling the energies of the full moon in Aries that we will be having very soon through the tarot. And as I connect to the collective consciousness, any guidance and messages will be revealed. Also connecting to the upper realms, any guidance and messages shall be revealed. Okay, so a little bit about the Aries full moon. Well, this is an amazing full moon because it's like the beginning of the new in a lot of our lives. Possibly the new that we have been waiting for. So the full moon will be on October 1st or 2nd, depending on where you are. And Aries moon will be conjuncting Chiron. So Chiron is known as the healer of astrology. So Chiron is the wounded healer. Chiron has healed everyone but could not manage to heal itself. So when we have a conjunction, which is it's like a revealing type of energy. It's a good energy, but it's like a revealing type of energy. So the full moon, which is like a light bulb in the sky that illuminates every corner, every shadow, and everything's more clear, much more clear. You can see everything much better. We get illuminated. We see things that we've never seen that were right in front of our noses, that kind of situation. It's also a time of ending certain things because now we are more aware of what's been happening. It is also symbolic, like, you know, a pregnant woman, she's come full term and now she's about to have her baby. Okay, so releasing of the old and beginning of the new. So a full moon in Aries, which is conjuncting Chiron, the suffering of the weak and powerless will now become more obvious. So we will be starting to see people that have been suffering. We'll start to see creatures, animals, anything on this planet that's been going through some sort of suffering, or they have been feeling powerless, or there's been some sort of powerlessness in some situation. So that will become more obvious, and the call for an end to the hard times will grow louder and more impatient with the Aries energy. But the tension that we have with this moon, or should I say the tension that the moon has with Jupiter, Saturn and Pluto, it can make things move slowly as well. So even though we will be a little bit impatient and you know, wanting justice and things like that in regards to suffering and powerlessness, the relief will not come in very quickly, basically. So at the same time, Pluto will end its retrograde phase, and because of this there could be power struggles, because Pluto represents power and domination and all of those energies. So there could be power struggles during this period, and you may find that some people will probably, or certain situations, some people, maybe organizations, whatever it may be, will try to force things ruthlessly at their will in some way. So I would say do not put up with everything. Be aware of adding fire to the fuel. You know, be aware of not putting up with it and adding more fire to it. Basically, it's, you know, you have to start saying no. That's what it's saying. So that's what these energies are saying. So if you put up with it, if you are patient with it, you will be putting more fire into this energy, and it will grow and become more and more forceful towards you. So you have to put your foot down and say no. Okay, so that's the kind of energies we are faced with, but it's also time for things that start new. Okay, it's also relating to how you want to spend your time with quality. Okay, you want to add more into your time, you want to do more with your time. So those are the kind of energies that are coming through. What else? So basically that's what we're seeing with the full moon energies and Chiron, and then Pluto going forward instead of being in retrograde. All of those energies are picked up with this full moon energy. Okay, so now I've got a 4-card spread for each sign. Let's see what comes through the tarot. And what I've put down is we're looking at your goals, because there are new goals now. New goals will appear in your life. So what is your goal for this new cycle, and how to realize your passions, and finding out what will motivate you. Basically, just simple information for each sign. It's best to listen to your moon sign, ascending sign, and then your sun sign in regards to moon astrology. It's the other way around with moon astrology. So moon sign first, ascending sign second, and then your sun sign. And let's start and see what comes through. Okay, so this time I'm going to use a different deck, different tarot deck. And just tuning into the energies. Okay, so as always, Aries is the first sign. Now this time I didn't look at the houses, but Aries being in the first sign, which means Aries is in the first house. Okay, the house of self, etc. So we want 4 cards to flick out. And with these cards, what I'm going to do is I'm going to flick them. So Aries, Okay, so the very first card we have is the Knight of Swords. Okay, all knights carry some sort of way of motion. So the Knight of Swords is representative of quick action. The Knight of Swords being the Swords card, it also represents the mind, the processes and the expressions of the mind. And it represents quick action or being quick on your feet and acting quickly, making decisions quickly, etc., etc. So what is your goal for this new cycle, Aries? It could be relating to some sort of action, and it could be relating to a certain direction. Okay, so maybe you had this idea in the back of your mind before, or you had some sort of idea and you want to move forward in a certain direction. So the Knight of Swords is saying take action. Okay, take action, and it's saying take action, but do not be impulsive. Okay, and do not put yourself in a position where you have to defend your beliefs, because you need to understand the consequences of disregarding other people's beliefs or thoughts or feelings, etc., etc. Okay, so respecting others' differences, basically. Okay, so do not disrespect others' differences when you are acting to fulfill your the direction that you want to pursue your life on. Okay, so it could be like you just want to take action, but maybe some people around you are feeling uncomfortable. So take them into consideration. It doesn't mean that you have to get permission, but just think in your mind, if I do this now, how will this person feel? Or what could be the possible consequences if I do this? If there are no reasons to worry, then by all means take action. Okay, so what must you release to reach this goal? So something, a past belief, or even a fear. Okay, something that you need to release that does not help you to reach this goal. Okay, and we have the Emperor card. And the Emperor card represents either a male figure in your life that is very dominating. Okay, they could be restricting you. Maybe it could even be the government. It could be your fear of losing your stability, your structure in your life. Okay, all of that is coming through. So what must you release to reach this goal? You must release the fact that stability is stagnation, and you need to change every now and again. Okay, so basically with the Emperor card, this is saying that if you have someone around you, or this could even be you, okay, that is angry, that is dominating, that is causing chaos in your life, it's time to release them. Or if you have these habits and behaviors, it's time to release it. And if you believe that structure is something that you are aiming for, maybe you need to be a little bit flexible. Okay, having structure is good, having ambition is good, being your own authority in your own life is good. The Emperor is very similar to Saturn energy. Okay, but when you're not flexible, you can become the energies can become too stagnant. Okay, so you need to have flexibility. So how to realize your passion. How can you realize your passion? And that's the next card, which is the Seven of Pentacles. Okay? The Seven of Pentacles represents you analyzing your situation, having a look at where you are, how to make more of what you have made, considering your options. The Earth Element cards, or the Pentacle cards, are Earth Element cards. If you can see the coins, gold comes from the Earth, so we call them the Earth Element cards, and they relate to the material, physical, and three-dimensional world of the human being, whereas the swords represent the mind and expressions and processes and expressions of the mind. So that one's the Earth Element card. It's all about your material, physical world and the three-dimensional aspects of the world, such as time, etc. So how to manage time, so on. So if you are thinking of starting something new, you may be looking at your finances. You may be looking at your physical ability to go with that. You may be looking at managing your time. You may be looking at prioritizing everything, okay, in your life, looking at your lifestyle, etc. So the Seven of Coins represents preserving on your path, okay. So how to realize your passion is through hard work, by looking at each and every aspect of where you are, how to move forward, how to move up, using those specific elements as stepping stones into your future. Okay? Now, Aries, this is your moon and it's all about yourself. So this is you looking at yourself, all aspects of yourself. Where you have been dominating, where you have been too structured, where you have maybe missed certain details that you have to look into. And also the last card we have here, which represents what will motivate you, we have the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups, or should I say the cups, are basically hearts, and they represent the emotions and feelings of the human being. The Eight here represents change. Okay, so changing something at the emotional level. And this is like releasing certain aspects that you are you have been holding on to up until now at the emotional level. So this could be walking away from anything that has disillusioned you. Okay, so leaving something at the emotional level that you have been attached to until now that does not serve your purpose anymore, that is not making you feel passionate about something new. Okay, so what will motivate you is when you do release these emotional attachments, or not just attachments, but also if you are feeling like maybe guilty of releasing them, okay, or you're afraid to release them, dependent, maybe feeling dependency, so releasing the fear of change and the fear of loss as well is going to motivate you. Okay, once you do release all of those negative emotions, you will feel more motivated, because something will be needing, you will feel empty where you've released whatever it is that needs to be released, and you'll be feeling empty, and that's where you will be wanting to fulfill again, okay, filling the void. So you will feel motivated to fill the void in some way. Now, this is not saying that, you know, go ahead and fill the void with anything and everything. It's just saying that you need to release, or basically you need to empty your cup to refill it again. Okay, so moving away from all things that kind of, you know, make you feel pinned down or guilty, or even if it's a project that you started and you don't feel motivated to do that, but you feel guilty that you really need to do it because you promised someone. Okay, even something like that. It's just saying that you need to walk away from those. Just empty your space, clear your slate, and start new and fresh, where you will feel more motivated. Okay, so just move on from anything at the emotional level that does not support you anymore. Just move on from it. Okay, and that way you will be able to be motivated in regards to new things. Okay, so the next sign I have is Taurus. And Taurus, you are in the 12th house. Okay. Let's just see what comes through. Sometimes I explain which house you're in, but we get totally different information coming through the tarot. So we just need 4 cards for Taurus. Okay, so we've got 4 cards. The very first card we have for Taurus is the Page of Wands. Okay, see how beautiful that picture is. So the wands are fire element cards. They represent the spirit side of the human being. Can you see how this person's like, you know, it also represents action and creation, desire, passion, free will, you know, behaviors and attitudes. So the page is like childlike energy. All pages are like childlike energy. They're innocent energy without conditioning, that is open to new knowledge, that is, you know, they can just soak up any knowledge that comes their way. That's what children are like. And this is what this energy is like. Okay, so the question associated with this card is, what is your goal for this new cycle? So the goal for this new cycle is to have more enthusiasm in regards to your life, Taurus. Do you feel like you are depressed? You need more enthusiasm. Okay, so the pages also represent messages, okay, from the upper realm. So they're saying be more enthusiastic. This looks like Aries. the ram there. Very similar to Aries energy, and this is an Aries full moon. But Taurus, it's saying to you that you need to be more enthusiastic about starting something new. And you need to feel excitement to explore feeling free. And if you are lacking any direction or have a lack of direction, or you are procrastinating and you are conflicted within yourself, please release that as much as you can and start feeling excited about something new that you want to start. Okay, so what is your new goal? What is your goal for this new cycle? To feel enthusiastic, okay, to be enthusiastic, to have desire. So what must you release to reach this goal? To feel secure. Okay, Queen of Pentacles represents security. You can see she's got her money, she's got her food, she's in nature, she's grounded, she feels nourished, and materially and physically she's well off. Okay, so the Queen of Pentacles, the Earth Element Queen or the Earth Queen, she's fertile, she's got, you know, like nature all around her. And what you must do, or what you must release to reach this goal of being enthusiastic, you need to be a little bit more practical and feel secure. Okay, security is the main thing. Being practical as well. Be a little bit more practical with, you know, certain things in your life. Don't expect everyone else to kind of handle that for you. If you're feeling self-centered, jealous, or too smothering, or you expect someone to smother you, these are negative feelings, and it won't make you feel enthusiastic about anything new that you want to start, because you're just afraid of changing that cycle that you're in. Okay, so you need to understand that you are secure, and also if you're not materially secure or even physically secure, something is not going well with your health, etc., you need to feel enthusiastic to move forward. Okay, you need that feeling. Okay, how to realize your passion? Well, the Strength card represents strength, basically. How to realize your passion. This could be relating to the strengths that you have. Maybe there are certain strengths that will be revealed to you, and that way you will understand that you can do what you want to do. Maybe your passion is so strong, it will come through with strength. Okay, so that's coming through as well. So what will motivate you? Something from the past. The Six of Cups represent the nostalgic card. Nostalgia. So it represents something from the past. It could be a memory, it could be an idea, it could be something that you used to do, it could be a friend that comes back from the past and motivates you. So something from the past will come back. But if, for instance, someone comes back into your life from the past, if you're feeling heartache and someone is coming back from the past, this is saying to you, and they want a second chance, whatever, because with Chiron and the moon in conjunct, it's like healing old hurts as well. And this is saying that do not ever go back, always look forward. Okay, do not ever go back, always look forward with enthusiasm. Okay, so that is what this card is saying. So when we look at the combination of the cards, that is what the cards are saying. Okay. The Queen of Pentacles is a Taurus queen anyway. If you look at her throne, she's got the Taurus symbols there. Okay, so that's for you, Taurus. Gemini, let's see what comes through for you. So 4 cards for Gemini. Have you been feeling a little bit low, Gemini, in the last week or so? Maybe feeling a little bit run down. Well, this full moon will probably make you feel those symptoms a little bit more longer. If you've been feeling run down, lack of energy, have a cold, or unwell, you may feel a little bit more of the energies during the full moon, but after the full moon, I would say about 2 days later, you'll be back on your feet, up and running again. A lot of things will be sorted out for you during this time, because it's the energies are a little bit too starting from the house that you were in the last new moon up until this full moon. The energies seem a little bit sluggish for Gemini, but you will be picking up very quickly after the second day, the latest after the full moon. So according to this reading, let's see what comes through. So Gemini, what is your goal for this new cycle? Your goal is to have wealth. You can see like 10 coins. Okay, the coins here represent, or pentacles, represent the earth element card. It represents the number 10, culmination. It represents wealth. It represents family. It represents your background, your ancestors, your DNA, what you have inherited. It represents family security, wealth and stability, all of that. Okay, so what is your goal for this new cycle? Having more security, more stability. You want to be more stable in the home, with family. You want to earn more money. You want to build an empire, whatever it may be. Okay, so everyone's at different levels here, but the main goal is this. Okay, whatever level you may be, Gemini. Every Gemini is at a different level. Some people want to get married and have a family. Some people want to have stability for their family. Some people want to protect their family from the outside world. Some people want to have a family business. Some people want property or wealth or an empire. You know, everyone's different at different levels. So Gemini, that's the main goal. Okay, that's the main goal for you. Wealth, stability, family happiness, family structure. Also looking into your background, which is representing something relating to your genetics. Okay, family genetics. All of that is coming through. So what must you release to reach this goal? Certain information. Okay, so the Page of Pentacles, all pages represent some sort of message, okay, and they're childlike energies. And the Page of Pentacles is an earth child or earth energy, young energy. And the Page of Pentacles represents lack of commitment. So what must you release to reach this goal? Lack of commitment, greed, and laziness. So, and also information that has been conditioning you up until now. Okay, so from a child, what has been conditioning you? Are you the type of person who expects other people to do certain things for you? That's like a conditioning, or whatever it may be. Okay, certain conditionings relating to you having material and physical structure and stability in your family or your business or family business or whatever it may be. If you have a genetic condition, maybe you want to have more structure and stability or health in that area. It's like you have to release that conditioning. The more you have that conditioning in your mind, that is allowing for this, say, genetic conditioning, and you speak about it more, or you think about it more, or you do research about it more, the more it's going to affect you. So that's what this is saying. Releasing, what must you release to reach this goal? Releasing what does not help, that has been conditioned in you, because the Page of Pentacles is traditionally known as the eternal student. So you're always learning new information, and like a computer, you're having all that information coded into your system, and that could somewhere along the line can cause problems. So you need to kind of like defrag or reboot, whatever it may be. Okay, so clean out your hard disk. That's what that is saying. Okay, so what must you release to reach this goal? Release certain mindsets, beliefs, and conditionings that do not allow you to reach this specific goal. This is your goal. Okay, it may be a family conditioning where you believe that the root of all evil is money. And because of that belief that's in the back of your mind, that you have been conditioned with, even though you desire it, you can't achieve it because you've got this belief in the back of your mind. Okay, it's like a fear that every now and again steps in front of you and says, nope, you can't go any further. Okay, so things like that. The next card we have is how to realize your passion. Ace of Wands, fire element card. It represents your willpower. Okay, so if you've got willpower and passion, this basically represents passion. Okay, how to realize your passion? If you find it something, some sort of inspiration or a desire that suddenly appears to you, okay, which will appear to you, to create something with willpower, okay, your passion will basically represent, or should I say, will present itself to you during this time. You'll get some sort of idea or inspiration, okay, like a sudden burning desire to do something. That is your passion. Okay, your passion, your willpower, your desire is burning strongly. All aces have potentials for growth. If you do not feed it, take care of it, nourish it, the ace will basically die. It's like a baby. Okay, so you need to take care of it. You need to help it to grow. So what will motivate you the Strength card here. Okay, so the Strength card basically represents strength. Okay, it's courage and self-control. And you know that strength begins with the choice to be kind to yourself first. Okay, so the Strength card just represents strength. It just means that what will motivate you, your strengths will motivate you. Okay, or you will be motivated strongly. You will have strong motivation. Okay, so the Strength card represents motivation, strong motivation, strength, all of that. So that is for you, Gemini. Cancer. So let's have a look and see what comes through for you. Oops, just drop them. So we've got our 4 cards. Okay, so the very first card we have for you, Cancer, is the Page of Swords. Okay, the Page of Swords. All pages represent some sort of message from your guides or the upper realms. It's saying curiosity. Okay, so curiosity, how you express yourself. Okay, swords represents the mind and the processes and expressions of the mind. So it's saying curiosity of the mind, just like a child, because the pages are like children. And how you express yourself, whether it's written or spoken. Okay, how you express yourself. If you express yourself in an immature way, this can, hurt feelings, obviously. But this is saying, what is your goal for this new cycle? Your goal is to turn this Page of Swords into something that is more mature. Okay, so the way you express yourself, the way you speak or write or communicate. And the curiosity is something that you need to release. Are you curious about someone in the past? Are you curious about someone that you released in the past? If you do decide to go back to them, it means that you're going back to where you didn't want to be. Okay, so what is your goal for this new cycle? Analyze everything with your mind, but don't be curious to the point where you think, think like a child or think immaturely. This is saying before you express your words or before you write that message, think 3 or 4 times if you need to. Okay, so this could also relate to learning new languages as well. Okay, so if you're curious about learning a new language, that's another thing. okay? Because it is all about some sort of communication, okay? Curiosity could be like wanting to learn as well, okay? But if you have a lot of mental energy, that's another thing that you need to learn to release, okay? So your goal for this new cycle is to act in a more mature way when you do communicate or express yourself at the mind level, okay? So that's what's coming through. It's not about, it's not saying that you are immature. It's saying that maybe lately with the Aries energies, you have been acting in a kind of rash way. Maybe communicating or expressing yourself in a way that has been a little bit hurtful even, okay? So this is saying that it's time to realize that, and your goal for this new cycle is to find ways that is going to be more nurturing, because the next card we have represents water element, the Cups King, sorry. Okay, King of Cups, very nurturing. So what must you release to reach this goal? Going with your emotions. You have to release being manipulative. Okay, trying to manipulate with your words. You have to also release being the weak one. Okay, if you are being too weak, the opposite end of the stick. Okay, so you have to kind of find a balance. If you're being too weak and taking on everyone's crap, basically, and not speaking out, that's another thing. Okay, you need to learn to speak your mind, but in a more mature, more nurturing, calm and healing way. The Page of Swords can be very, very... his sword is like a needle. Okay, it's not like a sword at all. It's like a needle. It'll just poke you. So when you do express your mind, it could be like a needle stuck in you, you know. So or that's what you're doing to other people. So you have to be very careful with how you express yourself. And with the King of Cups, the King of Cups can be quite sometimes quite emotionally manipulating, cold and moody. So that's what you need to also release, those aspects. If you're doing that, you need to release that. You need to be more emotionally in control and in balance, and have a balance between the head and heart. And this is the Water Sign King. See the crab there, which represents Cancer. Okay, so the next card we have is Four of Pentacles. Earth element card representing the earth. Even with the colors, you can see the earthy colors. So how to realize your passion. The Four of Pentacles, they're all about, you know, being more secure, or wanting to be more secure. Okay, so how to realize your passion. Maybe something relating to your security, or saving some money for something in the future. Okay, something like that. That could be your passion. Okay, saving your money, being more conservative, thinking about your security, your future security. But when you are doing this, try to make sure that you're not being greedy or stingy or even possessive. Okay, so do it in the best way possible. Okay, so that's how you can realize your passion. It could be relating to a future security that you have in mind. okay? And what will motivate you? What will motivate you is when you do find a strike a win-win between everyone else, okay? So if you are pushing to win at all costs, or even trying to be sneaky to achieve what it is that you want to achieve, if you have been a little bit, you know, we've got this Page of Swords here, which represents communication, and this is Swords as well. It can even represent maybe saying certain words like gossiping about someone, or saying certain words that weren't gossip, but it ended up being as gossip, okay? And this could also make you unmotivated. So what you need to do is watch what you say, okay? And don't be sneaky to achieve your security, which is the security here. And, you know, don't be manipulative as well to achieve this security. What you need to do is have a win-win. This is what this is saying, okay? So have a win-win. And if you are feeling resentment in regards to something or someone, or you want to reconcile with someone, or desire to forgive and reconcile with someone, you won't get anything nice in return, okay? So, yeah, that's what this is saying. Not the right way to go forward in that direction, okay? So what's going to motivate you is you having a win-win, okay? Understanding where you are and what you need to do in regards to your direction. Finding your direction without thinking about the past, without thinking about what you left behind and you want to go back and reconcile, whatever it may be. This is saying no, okay? It's motivating you to move forwards in the direction that you have desire to go in, okay? And there is some sort of issue relating to security, which is a passion that you will have, okay? You will want that security. So that's what's coming through for you, Cancer. Okay, so we got Leo next. Let's have a look and see what is coming through for Leo. 4 cards for Leo. Are you feeling like you want to go and travel the world, Leo? There we see Leo already in the picture straight away. So that's you, Leo. You are the Fire Queen. Okay, this is the Queen of Wands, which is the wands represent fire element, and they're the spirit side of the human being. So what is your goal for this new cycle? To gain more confidence? The Queen of Wands does come through as the Leo Queen. We can see even like lions on her throne. So basically it's saying your goal for this new cycle involves some sort of courage or determination and needs a lot of passion and joy. Okay, so that's the energy of the Queen of Wands. If you're feeling a bit selfish or jealous or have some sort of insecurities, it's not going to work. Okay, so if you have a goal, you need courage, you need determination, you need passion, and you need to have joy as well. Okay, the next card we have is What must you realize to reach this goal? We have the Moon card. Okay, the Moon card represents confusion. Okay, so what are you confused about? Okay, it can represent something that you're afraid of. It can represent fear. It can represent unclarity. What is it that you're not clear about? Okay, what must you release to reach this goal? You need to release confusion. You need to release fear. You need to release unclarity. Okay, so even if you have been misinterpreting something, misunderstanding someone, etc., you need to release those. You need to have those cleared out. Okay, it's very important. So how to realize your passions? The World card. The World card represents completions. So it also, your passion also will come through, besides completing something, it also comes through some sort of fulfillment. Okay, so if you're feeling fulfilled, if you're feeling in harmony with yourself, and you feel like the whole world is your oyster, the world is in the palm of your hand. Okay, then it means that you will be able to move forward with that passion, because you've already found your passion. If you're feeling those feelings, energies, it means that you've found your passion. Okay. Next card is what will motivate you. Following your heart will motivate you. We have the Knight of Cups, and it represents love. Okay, so if you follow your heart, if you love what you're doing, you will be motivated through love. Okay, so that's what's coming through for you, Leo. Okay, the next sign we have is Virgo. Let's have a look and see what comes through for Virgo. Okay, so 4 cards for Virgo. And Virgo, what has been worrying you in regards to finances? Maybe even in regards to authority figures, people in authority, power, all of that. Okay, so let's have a look at the cards. The very first card we have is the 3 of Cups. Okay, the cups represent the heart, the emotions and feelings. So what is your goal for this new cycle? 3 of Cups represents friends, represents socializing, friendship, community, happiness, celebrating something. Okay, so your goal for this new cycle is to come back together with your community, to reunite with community. If you're in lockdown or in quarantine or something like that, you want to mix and mingle with the community and your friends again. You want to enjoy the happiness, of being together again, maybe having some drinks and celebrating. Okay, so that's what the Three of Cups is saying. Okay, the Two of Swords. So what must you release to reach this goal? The Two of Swords represents difficult choices, indecision, stalemate, confusion. You don't know what's happening. You don't want to hear it. You don't want to see it. You just don't want to be involved. Okay, so what must you release to reach this goal? Okay, you want to just peel yourself away from whatever situation that is restricting you to move forward. Okay, that's what this is saying. So what you must release is your confusion, your misunderstanding, your feeling of being at a stalemate or limbo in regards to this situation. Okay, you feel like you're restricted. You feel like there's a lot of pressure on you. And the swords represent the mind. Okay, so all this is happening in the mind. And you've got two cards next to each other that represent the mind. So the next card is how to realize your passion. Your passion will only come through once you do release your confusion in your mind, okay, about your situation. And this is saying your fears, your doubts, your anxieties, your limitations, whatever it may be. Okay, so you've got all of these swords here which represent different things that are going on in your mind. You may even feel hopeless. You may feel like, you know, nothing's going to change. It could be like anxiety, maybe even trauma. Okay, so how to realize your passion. You know that there is hope out there, that you know that there is a time when things will change. So you will start feeling passionate, realizing that what you're going through is only temporary. Okay, you'll be passionate about what you want to do next, because the next card represents movement and travel. Okay, so what will motivate you? Movement and travel, news, all of those. Okay, so this is the spirit cards. They're fire element cards. Okay, 8 of Wands. Wands represent quick action. 8 of Wands, rapid action, rapid movement, quick decisions, movement. Okay, so if you release your fears and make quick decisions, you'll be making quick movement, or even moving, or travel, news, all of that is coming through. So what will motivate you? You just want to release yourself from your situation that you're in, and you just want to move forward. And this is like moving physically as well. Okay, so that's what's coming through in regards to the Aries full moon. Okay. So Libra, let's have a look and see what comes through for you. Okay, so 4 cards for Libra. The first card we have is the Nine of Pentacles. The Pentacles cards represent the material and physical and three-dimensional world of the human being. What is your goal for this new cycle? Your goal for this new cycle is to be able to reach independent wealth. Okay, some sort of independent wealth where you feel your security. You want to be able to see the fruits of your labor, your rewards. Okay, so that is your goal for this new cycle. So what must you release to reach this goal? We have the Page of Wands here. So the Wands cards represent the spirit side of the human being. You can see a fire element there. You can see the page galloping across with enthusiasm and but what must you release to reach this goal of independent wealth? So basically, with the Page of Wands, you have to release a lack of direction. If you've been procrastinating or you're feeling some sort of conflicting situations that are holding you down, you need to release those, your lack of direction. You have to embody excitement and feel the freedom to explore new ventures. Okay? So how to realize your passion? You need to realize that you have come full circle in your cycle. And what has been the way it has been up until now is completed. Now you have to start a new cycle. Okay? So you have to start a new cycle all the way around. Just realizing that the old way of being has ended and a new way is becoming more relevant, something that is more fulfilling and that brings more harmony. That way you will realize your passion coming through. Okay, the world also represents connecting to the world in some way, and it can represent the internet. Okay, connecting to the world. What will motivate you? We have the Seven of Wands here. Okay, the Seven of Wands. See the fire going through there. Just the wands represent fire elements. So the sevens represent faith. Okay, and this is saying preserve on the path, the new path, and you'll become more and more motivated as you maintain some sort of control without giving up, okay, without having a lack of confidence or trying not to get overwhelmed as well. Okay, so that will make you feel more motivated in the long run. Okay, let's have a look at the next sign, which is Scorpio. So Scorpio, Okay, so the very first card we have is the Magician card for you, Scorpio. This is saying, what is your goal for this new cycle? The Magician represents your ability to realize that you have everything that you need within you as well as around you. Okay, as long as you have willpower and the ability to create some sort of mastery while you're being adaptable to the situations around you. Okay, so the Magician card just means that you can create magic in your life. Okay, you have power and skill, and your goal for this new cycle is to utilize your power and your skills, okay, for this next cycle. So what must you release to reach this goal? You must release all sorts of hurt. We see the Three of Swords here. It can represent heartbreak or suffering. This is saying recover, okay? Recover from your heartbreaks, your suffering. We do have Chiron conjuncting the moon this time, so you will realize what is making you suffer, what is giving you heartbreak or grief. You will realize that. This is saying it's time to recover from that. It's time to forgive and let go and move on from whatever it was that is giving you some sort of grief or heartbreak or suffering, not at the emotional level, but more at the mind level, because the swords represent the mind. Okay? So, how can you realize your passion? Once you do maintain some sort of emotional balance with the heart and mind, intelligence, emotional intelligence, okay, a balance between the head and heart. That's how you can realize your passion. The Two of Cups will motivate you. Okay, the Two of Cups represent, the twos basically represent duality, so male and female energies, or negative and positive energies, and it represents love. The Two of Cups represents love. So what will motivate you? Love will motivate you. Okay, if you want to release this, which is the heartbreak card, you need to release it with love. Okay, you will be motivated also through your partnerships or connection with others that you care for. Okay, they will motivate you. You'll have specific people around you that will motivate you. Excuse me. Say a loved one. Okay, so that's what's coming through in regards to your Astro Tarot for the Aries full moon. Okay, so the next sign we have is Sagittarius. Let's have a look and see what comes through for Sagittarius. Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups just means love. Okay, so the Ace of Cups. What is your goal for this new cycle? New feelings, spirituality, connecting to your intuition, If you have been feeling an emotional loss or being emotionally or creatively blocked, feeling some sort of emptiness, okay, your goal for this new cycle is to fulfill that with love. New feelings of love, new feelings of spirituality or intuition or something like that. Okay, because the Ace of Cups has potential for growth. Aces have potential for growth. Feeling that connection of love with everything that you want to experience that is new feelings at the heart level. The next card we have is what you must release to reach this goal. Okay, so the fours represent some sort of stability, but this is relating to isolation or rest or recuperating. Okay, so Four of Swords, it could also represent contemplation. Okay, if you have been feeling like you're burnt out or stressed, okay, or feeling restless, this is saying you must release those ways of being and rest yourself, rest and restore, contemplate. Okay, this could even mean meditate. Okay, to be able to feel new beginnings in regards to, or new feelings in regards to love and spirituality or connecting to your intuition, you need to meditate. Okay, so that's what this card is saying. You need to release stress through meditation. You need to quieten yourself, your mind, because the swords represent the mind. And we've got 4 swords there. Okay. The next card we have is the Tower card. So how to realize your passion. And the Tower is saying your passion is going to be realized in most uncomfortable way. Okay, it's going to happen very quickly. You may think of it as being some sort of disaster within the moment. It could be like some sort of upheaval or a foundational shift that will occur, but the Tower represents a blessing in disguise that's going to reveal your passion, and you'll realize your passion through this Tower moment of sudden happenings, sudden uncomfortable happenings. So what will motivate you? And the 5 of Cups represents some sort of way of moving forwards in regards to some sort of loss, grief or disappointment, which probably is coming through the Tower card. But this is like your way of being motivated, because you are going to be accepting what is and moving on to find peace. Okay, so you will be basically pushed towards that way, and it is at the emotional level, because the Cups card represent the emotions and feelings. Okay, so if you've been feeling something that you've lost something, or you feel like you're feeling unstable because of this Tower energy, sudden shock or sudden happening, that's where your passion is going to come through, and your motivation will be realized after you do accept something that has left, where you can move on and find peace. Okay, so that's what's coming through for you, Sagittarius. Let's have a look and see what's coming through for Capricorn. Okay, so Capricorn. Okay, so what is your goal for this new cycle? Your goal for this new cycle is to be able to let go of loss, grief, and disappointment of some sort at the emotional level, because this is the Five of Cups, and the cups represent the emotions and feelings. And you can overcome this situation by accepting what has happened and moving on and finding peace. Okay, so your goal for this new cycle is to be able to move away from these kind of emotions. So what must you release to reach this goal? You must release the Tower card. The Tower card represents, thinking of the worst. Okay, so what you must release to reach this goal is to release the idea that the worst can happen. Release disaster from your mind, your thoughts. Release fear of suffering. Okay. Release disaster, fear of suffering, basically. Okay, so if you keep thinking and focusing on those kind of feelings, you will invite that kind of situation to occur in your life. But if you release those fears, you will not experience that, basically. So how to realize your passion? Your passion is to be more stable and secure, just like the King of Pentacles, where you feel you are or have the ability to be generous towards others as well. Okay, so your passion is to be not just physically, but to materially be secure, have the wealth that you desire. Okay, and then you can help others to move on with their lives as well, basically. Generosity. Okay, so your passion is to be able to be generous. Okay, this could also relate to, because the earth elements relate to material, physical, and three-dimensional aspects of your life, it can relate to your service to others. It can relate to you helping others through with your money or your service or your time, or being friendly with them, being generous with all of those. Okay, even nourishment. Okay, so you may be cooking for others as well. Okay, so that's what's coming through with the King of Pentacles. So what will motivate you? This is the Ace of Wands, the spirit side of the human being. It represents, aces always represent potentials. It represents inspiration. So whatever inspires you, okay, that will motivate you. Whatever inspires you within the moment, that will motivate you. Okay, so that's what's coming through for this Aries new full moon. Okay, so Aquarius, let's see what comes through for you. The last card, we got two cards. Okay, Aquarius, the very first card we have is the Page of Cups. And the Page of Cups, pages bring in messages. They're also childlike energy, so it's immature energy. And the cups, Page of Cups, represent synchronicity. Okay, so being in sync with everything, or being coherent with everything around you, with the energies. Okay, so the Page of Cups also represents, being sensitive to the energies around you, but it also says, be aware of a happy surprise. A dream could come true. Okay, so what is your goal for this new cycle? Your goal for this new cycle is to feel more in sync with the energies. Okay, if you're a bit of a dreamer, it's saying that expect a happy surprise, because the pages also bring some messages in from the upper realms or your guides. And if you have been feeling emotionally immature or insecure lately, or being disappointed at the emotional level, these are, just temporary things. Just be aware, check your emotions. Okay, you can become a bit sensitive, emotionally sensitive, but you need to be aware of the energies around you, because, and kind of like coherent with the energies, because you may find yourself being a little bit too separate. Okay, so that's what's coming through with this. Other than that, there is a happy surprise coming through for you in this new cycle. Your goal for this new cycle is to have more synchronicity in regards to your emotions and everyone else's energies, being sensitive to the energies, etc. And you will. What must you release to reach this goal? Stop isolating yourself. Okay, you need to stop isolating yourself, and you need to stop contemplating on issues. If a certain issue happens and you're still thinking it in your mind, trying to find answers, this is saying people have already moved away from it. It's time to just forget it and move on. Stop isolating yourself. Stop feeling like you have been rejected or feeling lonely. Okay, this is saying that you need to mix and mingle more, because the next card we have represents the Three of Cups, and the Three of Cups is how to realize your passion. Your passion is going to come through community, mixing and mingling. Okay, being in touch with friends, enjoying your time, celebrating life with them. Okay, even if you can't do it in person, do it online. Talk to them on, FaceTime or something like that. So socialize in that way. Stay away from gossip. Okay, that's another thing. So how to realize your passion? Your passion is going to come through your friendships, the community, and the happiness that you share with them during this cycle. Okay, and do not overindulge in drinks. If you have been just recently, it's time to release that. If you have been going through a stage where connecting with others and doing a lot of gossiping, it's time to release that as well. And also don't forget to release isolation. Okay, releasing isolation. Don't be like the hermit. And the last card, we got two cards. Okay, so we got the Moon and the Queen of Wands. So what will motivate you? Your intuitive side, connecting to your upper self or higher self. Okay, the Moon represents being able to release confusions. Okay, if you're unclear about something, your intuition will notify you. Your intuition will let you know. And the Queen of Wands comes through as your ability to feel determined and passionate and courageous about something that gives you lots of joy. Okay, so that will motivate you. Whatever it is that you've got your mind on, that you want to achieve, that you have passion for, that you haven't been able to do up until now, it's time to do that. It's time to do that. Okay, so that's what the Queen of Wands is saying. Okay, so that's for you, Aquarius. Pisces, let's see what comes through for you. Okay, so the first card we have is, what is your goal for this new cycle? It's a new venture. Okay, so the Earth element card here, the Page of Pentacles, the page is like, you know, childlike energy. They're always curious. The pages are always curious because they're childlike energy and they're curious to learn or express. Okay, so what we have here is craving for new ventures, okay, ambition and desire for something new, to learn something new, to do something new. The Earth element cards represent the material, physical and three-dimensional world, and themes all relating to that. So it could be anything at those levels that you want to start something new, okay? And it's like a desire for a new venture. It's like an ambition that you have, okay? So that is your new goal for this new cycle. So what must you release to reach this new goal? And we have the Star card. So if you have been feeling a bit hopeless lately, feel like discouraged or faithless or insecure, release those feelings, because this card is saying that you need to have hope, faith, and you need to rebuild yourself and rejuvenate yourself and heal yourself, where you can start feeling more security and more faith. Okay, so it's like, you know, the Star card is like wishing upon that star at night in the midst of darkness. You see Pandora opening the box, even if it means opening the box that's going to reveal something really terrible. You know, your curiosity is gone. We've got the Curiosity card there, but you're learning something new again, learning something new. Hope is always there, okay? Never lose your hope. That's what this card is saying. So how to realize your passion? Your passion is security. And besides security, it is also a desire to feel more, you know, have the ability to be more generous, or to help provide service, or help your loved ones around you. It's about abundance and prosperity. So how to realize your passion? Through your ability to be like that, you will realize your passion. Even if you don't have as much, you can do with what you have, okay? You don't have to be giving through material resources. You can help with your service and your time, okay? And the last card is, what will motivate you? The ability to release your fears, your conditionings of restrictions. Okay, the Nine of Swords represents anxiety and hopelessness, or even trauma. So if you are feeling all of those, and you have this fear of not releasing certain things from your life, okay, when you do start releasing them, when you start realize certain conditionings or certain limitations do not serve you and start releasing them, then you will realize that things are starting to move forward for you, okay? And you will also start to feel more motivated as you do release all of those hopeless, traumatic, or anxious feelings, fearful feelings. Once you start releasing those feelings, or should I say thoughts, because it's a swords card, thoughts from your mind, then you will be much stronger in your mind, basically, and you'll be able to have the ability to possess generosity, the ability to be generous at every level. Okay, so, and do not lose hope. That's what this card is saying. Do not lose hope. Release that thought, that feeling of hopelessness. So that is for you, Pisces.